Something in the world of gardening quietly separates ordinary compost from compost that feels alive in your hands, warm, fragrant, and ready to transform weak soil into thriving ground. Many gardeners spend months waiting for their piles to break down, turning them again and again, adjusting moisture, adding scraps, hoping for signs of progress. Yet the surprising truth is this: the slow speed isn't usually caused by lack of effort. It comes from one missing element that nature relies on every single day but modern gardeners rarely think about. It's a layer so subtle most people never notice it, yet it acts like the ignition switch for decomposition. When this layer is missing, compost struggles. It stays dense, cold, slow, or sour, no matter how many greens and browns you add. But once this layer is brought back, everything changes fast. Piles heat up within days, odors disappear, textures turn fluffy and structured, and the entire system begins to breathe. Knowing this secret doesn't just improve compost, it rewires your whole understanding of how soil truly comes alive. Before revealing what this missing layer is, consider something remarkable happening across every forest on Earth. Leaves fall, branches crumble, plant matter outlines the forest floor in a thick tapestry of life. But decomposition doesn't begin with just leaves and rain. Beneath the surface lies a fragile veil of minerals, dust, and microscopic stones that act as a living bridge between decay and renewal. This mineral connection fuels billions of microorganisms. They multiply, heat up, and break down organic matter with incredible speed. That natural system is perfect, yet when we try to mimic it in our gardens, we unintentionally skip the most important part. What slows down most compost piles is not the lack of nitrogen or carbon, nor the turning technique, nor even the moisture level. It's the absence of minerals. Microbes cannot perform to their full potential without the foundational structure that minerals provide. They need tiny surfaces to cling to, stable pH to operate in, and trace elements to activate their enzymatic machinery. Without these, their activity drops dramatically. They work, but at half their power. The result is a compost pile that behaves sluggishly, feels sticky, or smells sharp, signals that something vital is missing. Some gardeners assume these problems mean they've added too much green material, or not enough browns, or that the mixture is too wet or too dry. While balance does matter, the deeper issue often lies in the sheer lack of mineral content that should bind everything together. Every time the pile releases a sour or ammonia-like smell, nitrogen is disappearing into the air, escaping instead of feeding your soil. The real power of this layer is its simplicity. It doesn't require chemicals, special products, or expensive additives. Just a thin sprinkle of garden soil or mineral-rich rock dust between every set of layers. This one step introduces billions of microorganisms already thriving in your natural soil. It stabilizes nitrogen. It regulates pH, it restores the mineral foundation. And it creates countless micro-pockets of airflow that prevent the pile from collapsing into a compacted mess. Every handful of soil in this layer becomes a tiny home for microbes to multiply. Meanwhile, minerals bind to ammonia, locking nutrients inside. This is why piles with this layer heat up much faster and stay active longer. Instead of cold patches or wet compact runs, everything breaks down evenly. The texture shifts from heavy sludge to light humus within weeks. The smell becomes earthy. The process almost feels self-powered. The most amazing part is that this method doesn't fight nature, it follows nature. Forests do this every year without a single gardener turning them with a fork. The mineral layer isn't a trick, it's the missing blueprint. When you add it back, you reconnect your compost to the system nature has used for millions of years. Without the mineral foundation, compost begins to suffocate inside. The deeper the pile goes, the more compressed it becomes. Oxygen drops. Microbes struggle. Instead of aerobic activity, the system slips into anaerobic breakdown, the kind that produces that unmistakable rotten smell. That smell is not harmless. It's a warning. A signal that fertility is rising and escaping. The pile cools, becomes sticky, and loses power. With minerals in place, the opposite happens. Air circulates. Heat rises. Nitrogen is preserved. The pile gains structure and breathes freely. The difference is astonishing even within a few days. Piles that previously sat inactive suddenly warm at the core. Turning becomes easier. Moisture levels stabilize. The whole process becomes smoother and faster. Building these layers in the right order is incredibly simple. A base of twigs or straw gives the pile room to breathe from below. Browns provide structure, greens provide fuel, and a delicate coating of soil or rock dust ties everything together. Water lightly, stack another set of layers, and cap the top with soil to lock in heat and deter pests. Follow this rhythm consistently, and you'll see a dramatic transformation in how your compost behaves. The science behind this process is equally fascinating. Microbes thrive when they have food, airflow, and structure. Organic matter provides food. Turning introduces air. But structure, the element most gardeners forget, comes from minerals. Each mineral particle acts as a scaffold, supporting billions of microorganisms as they break down carbon and nitrogen. These grains also prevent compaction, ensuring that air penetrates deep into the pile. When oxygen flows freely, decomposition becomes fast, clean, and highly efficient. Compost enriched with minerals also grows darker and more nutrient-dense than ordinary compost. It becomes rich in humus, the purest form of living soil. Humus is what helps plants access nutrients, retain moisture, strengthen their immune systems, and grow with resilience. It improves every part of your garden system, from vegetable beds to flower borders to fruit trees. Plants grown in humus-rich soil show stronger stems, deeper colors, and more balanced growth. They resist drought better, recover faster from stress, and produce higher yields. Ratios matter too. The rhythm that produces reliable compost is simple: 3 parts browns, 1 part greens, and 1/4 part soil or mineral dust. This keeps everything stable. Too many greens cause odors. Too many browns slow everything down. Too little moisture stalls microbial activity. Too much water suffocates it. But when the mineral layer becomes part of every cycle, even minor imbalances are forgiven. The entire system becomes more forgiving, more resilient, and far easier to maintain. Every garden begins from the ground up. And the more alive your soil becomes, the more your plants thrive with little effort. Adding this mineral layer is more than a technique, it's a return to nature's rhythm. A reminder that nature doesn't need complexity to create abundance. It only needs balance. Sprinkling that thin layer of soil or rock dust may seem small, but it restores something ancient. It brings back the heartbeat of the earth beneath your feet. It transforms waste into nourishment, chaos into harmony, and slow compost into a living engine of growth. This is the secret most gardeners overlook. And now that you know it, your compost will never be the same.